You are not going to believe these IKEA hacks. Today, I'm going to show you some cozy, designer-inspired DIYs that are actually perfect for small spaces. And we're also going to keep it budget-friendly, from turning a $35 IKEA step stool into something completely modern cottage-inspired, to creating hidden entryway storage you'd wish you had earlier, plus an anthropology-inspired walnut tray table. Let's get started. Now, this little IKEA Beckham stool is such a classic, and I've needed to update my stool in my kitchen for at least 10 years now, but I wanted to give mine a little bit of an upgrade. I've seen scalloped detailing everywhere, and I think it is so adorable and perfect for a cottage-inspired home, so I thought I'd give something like that a try with this piece. So I started by searching Amazon, and I found the perfect budget-friendly scalloped wood trim for only around $3 a piece. Next, I assembled my stool according to IKEA's directions. Nice and straightforward, it didn't take me too long at all with the included tools, and I love how sturdy this thing feels. Next, I measured between the top step and the bottom step, and then I marked that measurement on my scallop trim, and I took a utility knife and a straight edge and cut it to size. This is nice and thin wood, so it's really easy to cut with just one of these simple utility knives. Then I simply took some hot glue and my favorite strong glue sticks, which are the Gorilla glue sticks, and glued the scallop trim underneath the top and bottom step. Now you could also use wood glue if you'd like. I just had this already and it's nice and strong, so I use this. Now I was considering giving this whole piece a couple coats of either a creamy white paint or maybe some sort of minty or olive green paint. But when I set it up against my dark kitchen cabinets, I actually love the way that this natural wood looks with my dark cabinets. Let me know what you would have done down in those comments below. Would you have painted this, or do you love it the natural wood as is? This hack adds so much charm and warmth to my kitchen, plus it is ultra practical because I can use it to get all of the stuff out of my high kitchen cabinets. Love the simple added detail with this scallop trim. So easy, but I think it makes a huge impact. I think this looks like it's something straight out of a high-end boutique, but the whole project cost me less than $45 Canadian. Next up, I am turning an IKEA tray into a beautiful, solid walnut side table, and it was so easy to do. I've been obsessed with those compact little tray tables that I've seen everywhere. Lots of them are solid walnut wood, and as you know, that can be extremely expensive. So when I saw this solid walnut round tray at IKEA for $50 Canadian, I snatched it up. I thought I could make a similar table. I've seen these for at least $300 here in Canada, and I thought I could make it for hopefully under $100. I ordered these sleek little black hairpin legs from Amazon, and I'm gonna use 3 of them to make this table. Next, I placed them on the back side of the tray. Made sure to use a measuring tape so that they're evenly distributed around the bottom of the tray. Then the trick here is you need some really short little wood screws. I found these at my local hardware store and used my drill to attach these hairpin legs to this walnut tray. The legs are also from Amazon, and they were around $25 for the whole set. This whole DIY was as simple as it sounds, and look at how amazing it turned out. I put this little tray table by my reading chair here in my living room area. It's a perfect place for coffee, for a little floral bouquet, and it's so nice and compact, and the round shape makes it perfect for small spaces or cozy little reading quarters like this. It also looks great beside my sofa in my living room, so I'm gonna try to decide where I want it in my space. The walnut grain paired with those modern legs is that perfect elevated look for anything from a modern to a transitional space like mine. All right, coming up next is a super clever way to add extra storage space to your kitchen, even if it's a little bit smaller. And by the way, if you are loving these easy IKEA hacks, make sure to hit subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future DIY and decor videos. I post one every single week. And I've got some gorgeous, small space friendly projects coming up that I think you're gonna absolutely love. Sometimes the simplest projects make the biggest impact, and that was definitely the case with this really easy DIY. I had this unused space on the side of my island closest to the stove, and I've always thought that I could really use this to my advantage to become more of a storage area for my smaller kitchen. And that's where the IKEA Hull Tarp Rail came in, one of my absolute favorite products from IKEA for small spaces. This gold rail is only around $10, and it is such a great deal. You can buy it in a couple different lengths. I purchased the longer length. and it was so easy to install. Again, I just bought short wood screws and attached it with my drill and the wood screws to the side of my island. What I like about this rail is that it tucks nicely underneath the overlap on my kitchen countertop, so there's no risk of me or the kids, my husband, bumping into this. I also added the matching hull tarp hooks to the railing, and now it's the perfect place for me to store everything from tea towels to cutting boards to wooden utensils. I love the look. I think it looks really high-end and boutique, but the whole thing was under 20 bucks to install. I personally love the gold with the black and the faux marble in my kitchen, but it also comes in a couple different colors as well, so it would truly match any sort of kitchen style or color. I love how it also adds this really intentional and cozy vibe to my kitchen where I can add all these different textured elements, but it's also super practical, adding even more storage to the side of my island. And now, one of the most favorite IKEA hacks that I have ever done, I'm gonna add some hidden storage to my small entryway. I love creating little cozy entryway moments, and I've done a few different ways to store keys in your entryway, like a spinning hook system, like an upcycled spoon rack, but I've always been asked if I could create something where the keys are hidden. So that was my challenge here. I wanted to create some sort of hidden key storage for my little entryway. So when I found this deep picture frame at IKEA, I had an idea. I also found this scallop trim mirror that I thought was so cute. It's a little bit bigger than the frame, so the pairing here is gonna be perfect. I took out the acrylic piece in the picture frame and also the mat, and then I had a little bit of leftover peel and stick wallpaper and applied that to the backing of the picture frame to give it a fun texture and color. Next, I took my drill and I drilled 3 pilot holes in the inside top of this deep frame. Don't skip this step. I have tried to install these hooks without pilot holes and it is so frustrating. After the pilot holes were drilled, I simply screwed in these little golden cup hooks, and that's gonna be where I hang my keys. Next, I'm attaching this cute little mirror with some hinges. I simply found these on Amazon, and I'm using some contact cement to attach them to the side of the picture frame and the mirror, and then I'm also using some silicone to make sure everything's adhered nice and strong. I hung this up in my entryway, and look at how cute this turned out. I love how you can open up this mirror, hang the keys, close it, and you wouldn't even know they're there. Plus, I always love the idea of adding mirrors to small spaces to bounce the light around and make everything look light, bright, and big. This is an absolute dream for small spaces. You get the practical aspect of being able to store your keys and hide them, and then you also get the beauty of adding a mirror to your space. It's functional, budget-friendly, and adds so much beauty to my little entryway in my home. Now, if you want more IKEA hack inspiration, I'm gonna leave this video for you to watch next, right here, where I share tons more of my favorite budget-friendly IKEA hacks that are perfect for small spaces. Click right here to watch it next.